Hello and welcome to a Smurd P video, and today we are looking at Ranger Academy from Power Rangers issue number 6, Boom Studios. And this is written by Maria Ingrande Mora, illustrations by Mi-Gyeong, colored by Joanna Laflunte, letters by Ed Dukeshire, and I apologize if I said any names incorrect. So our story begins with Sage and her friend, whose name I've already forgotten because I'm terrible with this comic, and they are discussing the upcoming dance, and Sage wants to go ask help from the parents, whilst her friend is saying, no, I'm absolutely terrible, I always bloody forget. So our story begins with, so it's parents visiting the academy, and at the moment there is a sort of party, etc. And Sage, who's never experienced these things, is starting to learn a little bit about how these proceeds happen, and eventually learns that there is music and dancing later in the evening. So Theo comes and joins them, trying to escape the parents, who are overindulging and enjoying their time with them, and they try and make an exit mistake after being mentioned that they failed the trial. Well, we know Sage didn't. She's got the Green Ranger power, but Lindy decides to it perhaps is a bit too much for her as well, and they are talking just basically about the dance, etc., what's expected. They dress up, etc. And Maeve comes and joins them. They've got their little kids, brothers and sisters there, etc. And, they're just all discussing how Sage is going to dress up, because Sage hasn't got anything, etc. So, which is really, really nice. However, they get spotted and, consumed by all the other parents. And Lindy, who's lost her parents already, is doing okay considering everything is going on. So, we're going to meet a special guest, a certain mother who was once bad in Time Force, Nadira. And it's quite interesting. They got the pink hair going on, etc. She's a reformed villain. There's a little brother as well. And we learned that Memphis' father was actually a Power Ranger, so you automatically think Lucas, the blue Time Ranger, because Nadira and him had a sort of thing going on, which is cool. There is a discussion, perhaps out in the open where there shouldn't be, about enhanced security measures in place. And as always, Sage is the usual paranoid. Is this about me, etc.? But something is going on in the background as we know it. So Sage wants to get out of this evening by having perhaps a stomach thing, and she starts panicking, and she wants to go see her friend Tula. I think that's her name. I think I've remembered her name correctly, finally. And she interrupts a demonstration for the older seniors that she should not be interrupting. And we learn that Tula's parents, so one of her fathers, wants her to come home, etc. And she's, she doesn't... Sage is revealed that, about more concerns about the academy, which she doesn't understand, etc. We also learn that Tula doesn't think of her that she's that kind of friend, which is, she's like, whoa, that's cold, man. So they catch up outside of here, and we start learning about what perhaps the security threat is. The security threat is Dark Specter, obviously. Now, I find that bizarre, because, if this is meant to be canon or related to Power Rangers TV show, Dark Specter was killed by Dark Onda. He blew him up with that planet-destroying weapon, whatever it was, before getting eaten himself. So I find it, unless that they've created a way that if Dark Specter's body is destroyed, he's not his soul, because he didn't have a soul, his essence or whatever, you know, goes off into wherever. It's like Anubis in Stargate, right? So that's the only explanation, and perhaps he's trying to get, it's taken all this time for him to provide, get strong enough to try and come back. But I'm sure we know either that or the writer generally doesn't know anything about Power Rangers, which you almost sort of couldn't, but she's filled it in little bits here and there, so she must have some sort of experience unless she's being fed this information. So they're enjoying the music, lots of fun music, and Tula is comes in, makes a break with Sage, not very stealthy like, because she wants him to gossip and perhaps think that they are, you know, there's a thing going on here, just to throw them off. So we soon find out Tula's reasons for for going in there, etc. So Sage does actually want to escape, but they come into a dorm, one of the dorms where people used to live, etc., where it was closed, etc. And we learn that Tula's sister Tassie used to be here, and she used to be a Green Ranger, and this belonged to her before she died. And then to Sage's surprise, she's like, your sister was a Green Ranger. Now, of course, Sage is Green Ranger, and she thinks that everything around Green Rangers is bad. So, because she's not lived out in the normal world like everybody else and perhaps understands it, etc. So, it's a good issue. I think it's got to start picking up a bit more, because I feel like, although it's great, and I do enjoy this, it's, if it carries on being too slow, and I like slow, I like a story building up, this will be dropped off, because people will stop buying it, because they perhaps get bored at some point. Okay, well, you sort of, you know, there's nothing exciting, you're not giving us enough to keep us hooked to the story, etc. So, but we've got this hint that there is this threat out in the universe, so we've learned a few more secrets today, and I expect that perhaps maybe next couple of issues that pickup will happen, because I said in one of my earlier reviews of this comic, I don't know if you've ever read New X-Men Childhood Ends. There was a period just before that where all these young mutants were coming to school and everything was hunky-dory, and then boom, no more mutants, and then they were being hunted and it all went downhill. So I think if, and I'm not saying follow suit, but something along those lines could really make this comic series one of the best series ever. I still have no idea whether this is long-term, short-term, whatever. But at the moment, continue reading it and see how it goes. Hope you like my video. If you do, please support my channel by subscribing. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Thank you to those already subscribed to my channel already. Make sure you look after yourself, very important these days. And as always, embrace geekiness. Take care. Goodbye.